Let's see what we have today. This is from Camilla. Camilla says, I have so many questions, but let me start by saying that after listening to your videos, I'm seriously thinking about full and true recovery. I am 37 and my onset was when I was 15 and a half. I'm tired, but I'm afraid of letting go of something I made a part of myself for almost 2 decades. Just listened to your video about when to know someone is fully recovered, and there are 2 things I'd like your feedback or answers on, maybe. I don't think I remember who I was before I had anorexia. I know I was a goofball, but I don't really think my personality fully developed. Actually, I don't know the person I would be being fully recovered, and that scares the shit out of me. The biggest thing that stops me from fully recovering is the determination that the disease has given me to accomplish things. My determination has led me to achieve stupid things, like being hospitalized twice. It's not an achievement. But it has also led me to achieve things professionally and personally. I'm afraid that if I fully recover, I become a lazy person without a sense of accomplishment and determination. Do you think that could happen? I am tired, but I want to keep my determination, sense of hard work towards goal achievement. Will I lose that if I embrace recovery once and for all? Camilla, do you think I'm lazy? I don't even care if you do. Sometimes I am lazy. Do you know what? It's great. Lazy doesn't need to be a bad word. And sometimes what our bodies need is for us to be lazy. I can be pretty determined and productive if I want to, and I will also spend entire afternoons, sometimes entire days, where I just watch box sets. And that is also being productive, because in order to be productive, my body and my brain need rest. Now, when I had an eating disorder, I was hyperactive, if you could call it that. And I was just always, I had a fear of being unproductive, and that's really common in restrictive eating disorders, and it makes complete sense if you think of it from a migration point of view. As far as your survival brain is concerned, there are limited resources. You can't stop. There are only a few berries out there for the picking, and you've got to go and scavenge for them. So you can't just sit around when resources are scarce. That makes sense that we actually have this fear of being unproductive. Because it's that productivity, that drive that develops when we have an eating disorder to go, 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 that might give us a chance at surviving and migrating. So that makes sense. But there's also a reason that humans aren't just like that, all of us, all the time. And that's because it would not be healthy for us to do that. That's what our brains and bodies want to do when it's a drastic situation, like a famine. Go, go, go. There's a reason that that's saved for drastic situations. And that's not normal operating. And that is because that is not an optimal way of being. We need to be able to relax, we need to be able to rest, to do many things. And health is a large part of that. Physically and mentally, our bodies need to physically rest in order to repair themselves, and our bodies need to mentally rest in order to repair that stuff as well. And then also think of all of the in-between stuff, a lot of social stuff, a lot of connection and things like that happens when we're in a more relaxed state. So being lazy is super important, and it's something that I am proud to say I do very well at these days. I think I do remember slightly, I sort of knew that my go, go, go the whole time was about my eating disorder. And I think I had similar thoughts of, well, will I lose my ability to be a productive, super productive person when I recover? And the answer to that was yes, for the initial part of recovery, because when I allowed myself to, I was so exhausted that I really didn't do anything for a very long time, and that's exactly what I needed to do. And actually, if you think about it, not doing anything at all was the most productive thing that I could do with my time in recovery in order to recover. That is what enabled me to do that. As my body and my brain recovered from my eating disorder and I nutritionally rehabilitated, then that started to pick up again, but in a much healthier way. I can be super productive now, I can work and get a ton of shit done, and then I can clock off. And I can not check my emails. I'm really good at things like that. I can spend an evening drinking wine with my husband and not work. I can spend Sunday afternoon sitting on the sofa eating popcorn and watching films and not work. And that time is so important to me. I know it's important. I also need it and I look forward to it. And it's doing things like that that actually allows me to be very productive and smart when I do work. So being lazy is one of the best things that I achieved. knowing how to be lazy is one of the best things that I achieved. And being lazy for me is one of the most productive things that I do. So I hope you probably wrote that a year ago at this point. So check in, let me know. I hope you learned how to be a little bit lazy, or a lot lazy, a good deal lazy. Lazy is a good thing. Bye.